Welcome to Critical Hit, a Major Spoilers podcast. Thank you so much for downloading and checking us out this week. Kevin, we are deep in it.
Oh, yes. Yes, you are. You're deep in outer space. Specifically, you are in the Arioso system, flying on the Squeaky Clean, going back and forth through gas nebulas and little mini black holes with Team Electrum, Team Yes We Have Name, and Team Brainpower all shooting at you while you had an unexpected visitor at the beginning of last time.
On Critical Hit.
We're going to die.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the session, you had one uninvited guest, Chad, who, R.I.P. Chad.
Exploded into a different uninvited guest.
Yeah, never trusted Chad.
And now you have Aurea, the six-armed contract devil, and assistant to the arch director Eon Soljet.
Wait, Chad was a real person?
Keyword being was.
Yeah, I mean...
I figured he was like a disguise. I didn't realize that.
No, he just clearly signed some contract saying he won this awesome, package to be part of this race. And that part of the fine print was, if we decide to, kill
we
you and take your
reserve
place.
the right to. Yeah, we reserve the right to transport ourselves through your spleen.
Yes.
That's a
Amu can
move.
definitely verify that these blown up pieces were part of a human. I was thinking about it earlier today, and I was thinking, how does Chad's dad feel about this? And I decided I was going to say, yeah, he's probably all right. This kid was almost assuredly insured, right? So,
well, and yeah, Dad Chad now gets to have his man cave back.
Oh, but just because you have an unexpected guest doesn't mean the race stops, and neither do the commercials. The screen goes white, and there's kind of a classical music soothing in the background, and a figure steps forward. She's garbed in white with accented gold, and she just gives. She's a middle-aged woman with a very serene and accepting face, like, I don't know, what you want your mom to look like if you need her forgiveness. And she says, everyone has regrets. Everyone has something to atone for. Here in the Church of Abadar, we believe no one is beyond saving if you just have the right solution. Introducing Absolution. Our executive package offers a comprehensive suite to repair your reputation, both in the here and now and in the hereafter. We have dedicated teams for your defense, legal, media, and extra-planner relations. And as she says this, there's teams of lawyers and people on the infosphere and people negotiating with angels and devils. All with the appropriate sacrifice. A financial sacrifice, of course. But if you don't have credits, don't worry. What about clothes, shoes, appliances, old data pads, blood or other vital fluids? We have a tiered cost structure that allows anyone to contribute, regardless of their net worth. You must sacrifice to achieve absolution. And there's the screen lists a bunch of conditions that you can be redeemed for. And there's the common ones like cheating, There's and then they get increasingly obscure and bizarre. They're clearly, someone's one-off experience in the edges of the galaxy, and all of them have suggested donations by them.
So literally original sins.
And absolution is, of course, it's spelled AB and then capital S solution.
When you first thought that, I thought it was going to be a Abadar-themed cleaning product.
I was thinking a gym where you build your abs and your spirit.
Don't skip a soul day.
Exactly.
Oh.
That's Soul Cycle.
Well said.
It cuts back over to the swooshy silver desk, this time just with Shulai behind it, the Barathu floating jellyfish person. And she starts changing colors as the camera pans to her. She says, "Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 27th season of Drifter." She looks around, and it's just silent. This is lovely. It's quiet. Too quiet. Hold, please. And then the screen pops up one of those like technical difficulties signs, where it's a janitor has a mop and they're fighting off some eldritch horror that's attacking the cameraman. And then we cut back to the swoosh desk, and there is Shulai with Jock Hammer next to her. But Jock Hammer has clearly just come out of a vat of like gel. He's wearing his suit, but he's like, someone is wiping gel off of his eyes so that he can open them for the first time. His hair, his normally slick back hair is covered in some sort of, I don't know, like umbilical fluid. And it's like, all right, say something stupid, Jock. I was like, I'm Jock Hammer, and then just smacks his face down on the desk as he clearly has not been done cooking. And she's like, yes, I missed that. Now, back to the show. And we're back on the squeaky clean with Aurea the Contract Devil making themselves quite at home, perusing everything you guys are up to with several. They have 6 hands and seem to be able to multitask very, very efficiently. But you guys can't stop flying, so give me a piloting check for initiative.
Piloting check for initiative coming up. Pow! 20.
20.
That's pretty slow.
It is.
That's the slowest you guys have been yet. So that is going to put you in last in terms of you will have to fly first for positioning purposes, and then everyone else can fly around you. As even Team Brainpower slightly beat you. But first, we go to the engineering phase, where, keep in mind, on everybody's action, you can spend a resolve to make a skill check, so long as that's not an attack roll or anything like that. Just a regular skill check. It can be a starship combat check, but not like a gunnery check, because that's basically an attack. Make sense?
Yeah. What is the phase in which I can stab Aurea?
Yes. Physical combat will, because this is a multiple, we're doing regular initiative within the span of starship combat. So all attacks will go in the gunnery phase. If you want to take physical actions against Aurea, those come in the gunnery phase, and I will need a regular initiative when we get there. I will note that as of the engineering phase, right now, Aurea does not attack you yet, obviously. But we'll get to that when we get to it. Engineering phase, so if you want to make repairs, like do any of the engineered actions, boost the power to the ship, or don't forget, you guys are still trying to boost the signal, hacking the satellites and so forth. You have not made a whole lot of progress on that yet. And now with Aurea here, you're on a definite timer. So who wants to act in the engineering phase?
Is it too late to make the ship go faster?
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Can I say something?
This round.
Anyone can say whatever they want. Go for it.
Okay. Hecubina will say, Bob, Quentin, keep trying to win this race. Amu, keep out what you're doing. Everybody else, get ready to rumble.
All right.
Well, that seems to be teeing you up. I mean, what do you do?
Continue what we were doing.
Which is?
Last thing I did was...
Oh, man, I was ready to
trying to boost the signal, right?
Yeah,
you were trying to hack the satellites.
Yes.
So that's
you're trying to hack the satellites.
And we would like to use the bonus from
Grace?
Yeah, Grace.
Good call. Remember, you get 4 + 2 bonus per turn. So, good memory.
32?
Ooh,
nice.
That is successful. So you have the channel to the Android abolitionist front open on one screen, and you're starting to, hack into the others. What does that look like? What is Amu doing when hacking?
Basically, there's just a bunch of coral dancing across keyboards and data pads. Like, the pieces may actually not be all connected all at once, so it may be dropping, like, what looks to be a couple of fingers on this data pad, moving the limb over and paying attention to what's going on the screen directly in front of them, and then moving the limb back over to let the coral pieces climb back on.
It's very cool. So while you're doing that, Aurea, one of their they are like cybernetic contract devil. They are covered in all sorts of attachments and accessories, and they have like many long horns that drape around themselves. And you realize they control the horns, and one of them kind of snakes forward, and you realize it's not a horn, or at least not exclusively. It's cable, and it plugs itself into the squeaky clean mainframe. As Aurea says, "What is it you're doing?" And starts to, you can tell one of the holographic data pads, or like data screens that Aurea has open at all times. One of them starts filling with, infernal glyphs, but they're going through the squeaky clean's memory banks and seeing what, like, they're clearly trying to hack what you're doing to find out what it is. Okay. Does anyone else want to take like a skill exclusive, action, something that would take place in the engineering phase?
So if we spend a resolve point, we can do it and still do other stuff on the ship?
That's correct. Yes.
Yeah, I think I will go ahead and divert power to the engines to juice out more speed. Spending a resolve.
Okay. Go for it. Oh, you make you have the automatically take 10, don't you?
Yep.
Even when it's stressful. Okay, but you're doing this more with like pluck and grit and some sort of wile, because you're spending resolve, while your primary action will be later, I assume. So how is it that you divert power with just like a single motion?
I feel like I just kind of yank out a cable out of a panel and shove it into some other port.
Just yep, you got
Sparks
this thing
flying
down.
everywhere.
You now know that hint of sulfur smell in the air too. You know the ship like the back of your furry palm and back of your furry hand. There we go. Can't have a back of the palm. That doesn't make sense. And you patch it in to boost the speed by 2. Is there anything else that comes from that, or is that?
That'd be it without any other juicing. Yeah.
All right. Speaking of juicing the stats, Quentin, if you want to spend a resolve to make a social media liaison and fan service outreach, or I think it was supposed to be just fan outreach, but whatever, fan service outreach works too. You can spend a resolve right now to do one of the social media checks like bluff or intimidate or diplomacy or computers. You probably don't want to hack the scores because you guys are currently tied for the lead with Team Yes We Have Name and Team Electrum's in last. So you probably don't want to hack, but if there is something you want to do, you can spend a resolve and do it right now.
There are any number of things that I want to do. The question then becomes, what do we think would be the most beneficial? Should we try and continue pumping up the hashtag?
I think what we should do is make it like get some footage of this whole situation out there, because they're putting their thumb on the scale in a big way.
Okay. Live feed. Secret live Quentin feed.
Okay. So are you trying to get your live feed out or just like how is that working? Are you trying to do this to get sympathy? In which case you're posting, on the approved channels, just like, hey, we're being sabotaged or something like that. Or are you trying to hack your way out, basically helping Amu in terms of hacking the satellite? There's kind of two different paths.
I am attempting to contact and I'm trying to use as many keywords as possible to contact anybody in our feeds, anybody in any of our socials who is totally into the whole any type of conspiracy theory and telling them to boost it. So I'm trying to get all of these people to come together, and then you tell 2 friends and you tell 2 friends so that it feels like we're actually being suppressed. This is what Drifters doesn't want you to know. Tell everybody. Get everybody online, you guys.
Okay. Do you want to make a diplomacy check then?
Sure. Diplomacy. Would that be diplomacy or would that be bluff? I mean, I guess I'm fine either way, but
whatever you prefer. You just let me know.
Yeah.
I think since you're boosting yourself, I'm going to call it diplomacy.
Okay. We are going to diplomacize. One moment while I roll some dice.
And don't forget to spend that resolve point if you intend on taking another action later.
I will spend a resolve point. Is this a time where we would possibly want to use a grace bonus, or do we want to hold on to them?
Just leave one. Just make sure that we have one
Definitely
for the actual piloting.
Bob gets one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we've got 2 left, right?
One.
You have used one.
Bob's only used
3
one.
left.
Okay.
Well, Amu used one.
Or Amu used one. That's what I meant.
Yeah, go ahead, Matthew.
Okay. I have faith in my diplomacy. I mean, this is literally what I do, and I feel like that somewhere down the line we may need that more. So I'm not going to bonus the graces, even though I would like to have some grace under fire.
Make your diplomacy check.
Scrapow 23.
Hey, that's pretty good. Yeah, you do boost your. You get it out there. You are encountering some resistance, basically, from the Extreme Infosphere Productions sensors, where it's like no images of Aurea go through. Period. You like if you're trying to like take video and post it, You can
Mhm.
you see like video. You can take video of the blown up interior of your ship. You can
Mhm.
post all sorts of weird conspiracy theories and get that posted. But
Mhm.
any image of Aria is just blank. It doesn't show up.
Okay, so here's my question. Knowing that that's going to happen, could I conceivably censor
You did not
them?
know that was going to happen.
Bad crap. Okay.
You have learned that it will
Wait.
happen now that it's happened.
All right. Well, I'm going to feed in a voice going, "Ho, ho, ho, we are evil." Ho, 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 ho.
Okay. Well, you do succeed, but you don't succeed by a ton. So you basically boost your influence by 1.
No.
Which does put you guys in the lead in the influence game.
Okay.
Actually, sorry, you guys were in second. Now you're tied for first with
Oh, nice.
Team Yes We Have Name.
Cool.
But you also get this is you've done it. You've gotten an influence tier. So for the rest of this round, everybody adds 1d4 to all starship combat checks. Any check that you're making involving the ship, you get a bonus d4.
You're welcome, Bob.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's awesome. We should have more. Let's get more of that.
In reaction to you, Quentin, Aurea holds forth one of their hands and opens another holographic data stream. This one is a connection to Team Electrum. And they say, Weasel, engage underdog protocols. And you hear on the other line, when Weasel, we're not supposed to do that until the end of the show. That's going to spoil everything. And Aurea says, imagine your life depends on it. And then just closes the connection. And
Well, the panels.
with the with the scanner, you can detect Team Electrum seems to be powering up some sort of hidden weapon.
Those bastards.
What kind of action would it take to deploy the gremlins?
So I would say, let's see. Are you shooting them at another ship? That would be a gunnery check.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my thought was to try to deploy them at that weapon, the secret weapon that Team Electrum seems to be powering.
That's going to be. That'll be a gunnery check that would happen at the gunnery phase.
All right. Well, then I'll hold on that. I'm trying to think because I feel like I definitely want to spend a resolve point for something else, though. Can I basically try to make some kind of engineering check to get his cables out of Grace?
Yeah, you can go ahead and try that. Yeah.
Cool. So she's gonna act like she's trying to do something normal, like scan something, and then just try to start grabbing at his cables to try to pull them out. So I do not get the +4 on this, or would I?
Plus a D4, yes.
Yes. Okay. Cool. I've got a 27.
Nice. All right. So the coiled hair horn cables kind of almost hiss at you like electronic snakes. So how is it that you quickly help get them out of Grace's systems?
Well, I feel like Grace probably wants them out, so I just imagine Veggie's just trying to very quickly typing, and then as the coils start trying to bite her, swatting away, and maybe just taking advantage of a little bit of feedback from Grace to spark at the right time.
Okay. Yeah, you are successful at pulling them loose and causing them to spark. However, you draw Oria's gaze, and they say, "What is it you were hiding?" And with a gesture now having deployed 3, hint, hint, they've used 3 of their arms, and they've acted 3 times. Yeah. They use another one of their arms, the third one, to deploy the cables again, and they start now, instead of just like going into one socket, Oria is seemingly spending less time going through the data, and instead a bunch of cables all span out, connecting to sockets all around the ship, like blasting through bulkheads and tearing open storage containers with packets of space suds pouring out onto the floor, as they now, because they're like 8 feet tall, they're 8-9 feet tall, and cables are connecting them across the entire ship at this point. You can still certainly rip them out, but it seems like they took their action to instead try to reattach themselves as many places as possible.
Well, Svengy will say, Squeebo, come help clean up this mess.
Is there anyone else who wants to spend a resolve to take like an extra skill-based action?
Nah, I'm going to pass.
Brian, did you give us a speed boost or no?
Yes.
Okay.
+2 speed.
Okay.
Cabino is passing. Bob, what about you?
I'm just going to pilot here.
Okay. All right. Then I think we're up to the piloting phase.
Okay. So if I've got this correct, we had 12 as our speed, plus we had a permanent +2 from an engineering check, plus we have a +2 from Brian's maintaining that. But for some reason in the stats, I show the speed as 18 instead
We
of
also got a speed bonus from passing one of the little circles.
Okay, that's right. All right, that reminds me. Okay,
Yes.
So we have a speed of 18. I'm going to do a fly. I'm going to use a +2 grace, and then Matthew gives me another bonus 1d4. Or was that already used up by Sam?
Yep. Nope.
I haven't used any. The D4 is for everyone. Yeah.
The
Okay.
D4 is persistent for everyone. Yep.
All right. So I'm going to roll a 1d4 first. That's a 1. My piloting is 30 plus 1 is 31 plus 2 is 33 for piloting. And I'm just using the basic one, so I get to do my turns basically for free since I've the piloting gives me that maneuverability.
If you want, is 10.
Yep.
So then why don't you move it from there?
15, 16, 17, 18, I think is where I end up over here facing that direction.
Yeah. Could you, I hate to do this, but can you take this?
Yeah, he wants you to do it.
Is one time.
Okay. 1.
Yep.
2.
Yep.
3.
Yep.
Oh, oops.
We can worry about
4,
facing later. It's fine.
5, 6.
All right, stop.
Okay. Oh, I see.
Because you have run into one of the little
No.
black holes. So your movement stops, and the ship is going to take some hull damage.
Okay.
Or not hull damage. It goes to the shields first, but so 6, 12, 18, 20. 20 points of damage spread out amongst the shields evenly. So I guess that's going to be 5 points to each section.
So we are at 15 for our hull, our shields all the way around.
Okay. And yeah, your speed, you stop there despite having a little bit of extra movement left because of the black hole.
Okay, so we are. What do we have to do to get out of this? We just lose the rest of our movement, or are
You
we
lose the
slowed
rest
on
of
our?
your.
Okay.
Yes, it is going to reduce your speed by 2 on the next turn, but you'll be able to get out of it.
Okay. And then is that a permanent -2 on the speed, or
just on the next turn?
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. All right.
Sorry, everybody. I didn't see that one coming out of here. A little bit too excited about all this this racing and the fact that there's a freaking devil on this thing. Get off my ship, devil.
Okay. Team Brain Power trying to catch up. Then Team Yes, We Have Name. 6, 7, 9, 10, 12, 13. They pull ahead. Those Sheeran are winning. Oh, wait. Is that a problem? I don't know. You tell me.
Did they fly through our space?
No, they've got more fans than we do.
Yeah, they deserve it.
The Argentum, Team Electrum, is evidently powered up and firing. It looks like they've managed to, again, as I mentioned before, they've got a very powerful shield generator. It's because they have like an incredibly powerful power core. So they just have PCU to spare. And it seems like that PCU can be charged into one super weapon. And all the screens cut to inside of the Argentum, which is, battered up and they've obviously been knocked around a little bit. But you can also tell that they're kind of hamming it up because they've got like, Wind Weasel has like grease on his face for no reason and stuff like that. He's like, all right, guys, there's only one thing left to do. Brick was working on this. He'd want us to win. For you, Brick. And they slap, Wind Weasel slaps his hand on the big red button, and a lightning bolt charges out of the ship, racing ahead and hitting both the Squeaky Clean and beyond the ship, or trying to anyway. What is the Squeaky Clean's armor class?
The Squeaky Clean's armor class is it says 14 plus 1 magic, so I don't know if that's 15 or if that's included into that. But
I don't know if that's gone now.
Well, you're hit anyway.
Boo.
Oh, there you go.
So
I would say that the ship rocks, but we're stuck in a black hole.
You get a huge charge of electricity racing through the ship's systems as you're just blasted. And the let's see here, the shields are going to take a combined 41 damage. Distributed. This one seems to be a weird distributed attack, so it's going to peel off from every sector of the shields. The extra 1 point will go to the aft shields, or not the aft. The aft's the back. Yeah, the aft shields. So it's 11 off the aft and 10 everywhere else. And the engine and power cores immediately start malfunctioning.
Oh.
They are glitching technically. And again, your speed seems to be slightly reduced because that was the whole point of this. Yeah. So let me just see the you're going to take a -2 penalty on piloting checks, a -2 penalty to speed, and a -2 penalty to all engineer actions except hold it together and patch.
Okay.
What do we have to do to clear those penalties?
I believe you can, as an engineer, patch the system. Yep.
Including, and that would fix the piloting checks as well?
Well, you'd have to, there's separate systems. So one is the piloting one and speed is the engines, and the one that's penalizing all the engineering actions is the power core.
Okay.
And that, I guess I also sort of kickstarted the gunnery phase. Technically, this is all happening at the same time. In the gunnery phase, who is taking actions, like physical actions, against Aurea?
Me.
Roll initiative.
Yeah. I also plan to as well.
Yeah.
Roll initiative. Regular, good old-fashioned normal person initiative.
All right. Normal person initiative coming up. Or rat person initiative.
Normal rat initiative.
Okay.
Amu, do you want the
I always
honors of
bang.
deploying the gremlins then, so I can take initiative on this?
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay, I am going to charge you that that resolve, though. Amu.
Charge Amu? Okay.
Because you basically took the skill action earlier.
Yeah.
Right.
No, that
All right, so we got a 20 for Skritic, a 13 for Vangi, and an 11 for Hekibino.
Yep.
All right. Riddick, go ahead.
Okay. So this might be a shot in the dark, but I'm kind of guessing that contract that we nullified had some sort of magical provisions to prevent us from attacking her. So I'm going to kind of act like I lunge at her. And,
It's them.
at them, sorry. Going to lunge at them and basically twist into like a rickus position as I act like, the magic's stopping me from doing so. And if they, seem to fall for it and just leap forward and try to knife him in the face, trying to bluff my way into an attack.
Nice. Go for it. Make your bluff check.
Okay. 23. I don't think that's high enough.
Nope. Unfortunately, this is the highest CR creature you've ever fought, and that they are also very good. Like, they're like, you're not affected by my contract. Curious.
This is worth a shot.
Stab anyway.
Stab anyway with, crappy damage. I will try. 31 to hit.
About's going to hit.
That's 6 whole damage.
Yeah.
Well, you
bleed your blood.
Have a glancing blow against their fairly impressive cyber armor.
There's more where that comes from.
I would certainly hope so. And then they whip you with a one of their contracts. One of the holograms becomes a almost solid line of infernal glyphs, and it stretches out and gets tighter and tighter and tighter until with their fourth hand, they're wielding it like a whip and they hit you with it, or attack you with it in any case.
Okay.
What is your kinetic armor class?
26.
All right. You are hit. Take 8 damage.
Okay.
Which is not that bad. However, you immediately start bleeding from the wound. The glyphs basically rip open your skin, like they tear away patches of it, as though each one of them was barbed where the ends of the characters are. So you're at the start of your turn. Every turn, you're going to take a d6 bleed damage unless you're healed.
Okay.
And then Aurea seems to be holding the whip and like beckoning it forth, and it dances and starts to try to constrict you as if it's trying to grab you in place. So what's your kinetic armor class plus 8?
Kinetic armor class would be 34. My combat.
Okay, so it seems very good at basically grappling you with the whip.
No.
You're able to dodge out of it this time, but it's a close thing. Like they have above 30 to grapple you as part of this attack.
The bleeding helped me slip out.
All right, Vangie.
Is there a system for called shots if I want to try to cut off one of their arms?
Starfinder. I don't think there's a called
Okay.
shot. Let me double check.
That's fine. I just wasn't sure. I don't think so either, but I was just wondering. All right, then I'm just going to attack them and they're them. So she's going to get out of the gunnery seat, move it over for Amu to deploy the gremlins and say, "Get off our ship," and slam into them with her pike.
All right. So, by the way, there's no called shot mechanic in Starfinder. There is a called shot mechanic in Pathfinder that I would allow you to make if you want. But you do take you would take a -2 penalty if it's against a large area of the body. I would say tricky shots are smaller areas like a hand would take a -5, and then they get to have special effects basically. If you hit.
You know what? Their armor class is probably pretty high, so I'm going to just stick to what I got.
You're just going to go for it? All right.
Yeah. So we
An arm is -2, a hand is -5. There we go. I found the rules.
Oh, okay. Then maybe I'll take it. We don't get the D4s here, though, because it's just personal.
No D4s here. That's right. This is not a starship combat. It's combat on a starship. Totally different.
You know, yeah, of course. You know what? I'm gonna go. Let's try this arm attack. Do where it goes. Got a 31 to hit.
There's no fighting in here, gentlemen. This is the war room.
Yeah.
Jeez, nice attack.
Yeah, right?
All right. So what is it you're trying to do?
I am trying to disable or, sever some of the cybernetics in one of their arms in the attempts to try to, considering that they're using them so nimbly around here, helping try to keep them out of our ship a little bit more.
Are you going for one of the arms they've already used or one of the unused, as yet hasn't acted arms?
I'm going to go with one of the as yet hasn't acted arms. Thank you very much.
All right. Well, go ahead and roll damage.
Min damage of 18.
Not immune to cold. 18, okay. They do seem pretty tough, though. So far, they do not seem particularly hurt. However, they immediately go to basically counterattack with their arm, and you can twist your glaive in such a way where it fritzes out as it does so. So nice. They lose that action.
Hey, I consider that a big win.
Their arm is still functional, meaning I'll get that action back next turn unless something happens, but you did rob them of an action immediately, which means Hecubino can follow it up with the 1-2 team co-captain punch.
Yeah. Well, why go against the classics? Let's, assuming that I'm not within melee range, I'll probably go with a mind thrust.
Yeah, you can easily not be in melee range if you wish.
Okay. Can I both be not in melee range and also use a thing that lets me try to intimidate someone or specifically demoralize someone as a move action?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll try that first. Try to demoralize them as a move action with my intimidate. 27. And the DC of that is mind throws. No, that's a different one. It's 10 plus their total intimidate skill bonus, or 15 plus 1/2 plus. Oh, sorry. I'm guessing this means 15 plus 1.5 times their CR.
Well, 15 plus 1.5 times their CR you would not make.
Okay.
They're not scared of you.
Okay. That's fair. I've never been able to land this, but that's okay.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. It's because I've never rolled super well. And then, so this will be a level 3 mind thrust. So the DC for it is 18.
But you have encountered a creature with spell resistance.
Spell resistance.
Yes, which means you must make a caster level.
RESIST. I think it's an A.
Yep,
Caster
you must
level.
make a caster level check. So I think it's 1d20 plus your caster level, which is 8. And I don't think you get any other modifiers to it. But I will remind you, I think you still have your fan inspiration. So if you roll poorly.
Oh, yeah, sure. Okay.
Oh, shoot.
D20 plus 8.
Yeah, sorry, Brian, I just remembered about fan inspiration just now. Otherwise, I reminded you
Fair.
earlier.
I didn't remember it at all.
24.
24, that's a pretty good roll. So you do overcome their spell resistance.
Okay.
And so it's DC 18, you said?
Yep.
Okay, well, they rolled a 3, so they fail.
Okay. That is going to be 7d10.
And what does your mind thrust? What are you thrusting into their mind? Oh, and by the way, because we'll say that whatever it is gets reflected through the holograms of all their displays so that people can see it, because that's fun.
I am going to briefly, before their ill-fated plan that ended up costing Team Rust Dragon their spot on Drifters, Vangi and Hecubino briefly considered becoming a band. So I am going to basically put in a whole jam session of the two of them, trying to come up with songs which were very terrible.
Drifters!
I figure this person's a devil. They probably don't like happiness and friendship, so definitely Hecubino's because it's in his mind, he's putting all that stuff in too. He definitely had a lot of fun, and it was very fun and innocent, couple of people who would just clear out a karaoke room.
So you're saying that the real mind thrust was the friends we made along the way?
Yeah, pretty much.
Nice.
The
yes.
Yusoki are headbanging.
Yeah. Here we go. A modest 29 damage.
All right, 29 damage, eh? Well,
That's a disappointing
that's
number
real.
of ones in there.
Yep. It's unfortunate. Rolled 3 1s in there, but 110. So
they recoil from that for a moment. It says, "You wish to inflict pain upon me? You have no idea what I've experienced." And then they turn and cast a spell, Destructive Rebuke. But I think I have to make a concentration check to
not get wrecked by
that-
Vangi.
yeah. So let me try that first. I succeed.
Wrecked by Vangi.
And with their last free hand, they cast the spell, which is pretty powerful. So why don't you give me a fortitude save, Hecubino?
Fortitude, eh?
Mm-hmm.
8.
Okay. So, whereas you attack with friendship magic, they attack with the pain that has been inflicted. They seem to feel the pain of everyone they torture, and then internalize it and hold it back for just the right moment.
Ugh.
Yeah. If it has a million little paper cuts in your mind.
Oh, these they suck.
Nasty.
39 damage.
Okay.
And you are knocked prone. You are sickened and flat-footed for 1 round. Flat-footed just means you can't take reactions. You have a -2 to AC. Sickened, -2 to basically all your checks. Not overcome spell resistance for what's worth, but your other checks.
Is that 39 damage?
Yes.
Let me see if I can send back some of that.
Legit.
Whenever a foe deals damage to you, okay. So I'll spend a resolve point. They get a will save to reduce the damage.
What's the DC?
No. DC is.
I've got a 27, so I'm pretty sure I make it.
Yeah, I don't think it was going to be higher than 18.
Yeah.
Okay, but so let me see. Unless the foe succeeds at a will save, reduce the damage you take by us. Okay, so I don't reduce the damage either.
Okay, because they made their save.
Yep.
All right.
An all or nothing proposition, I guess.
Amu, were you going to do something?
Launch gremlins.
Launch gremlins. Yes. All right, so that's going to be a gunnery check, which, do you have ranks in pilot? No? All right, then it's basically going to be
I think there's still one grace left, right?
and we'll get the D4, because this is a Starship combat check. And there is still one grace left. So, it's basically a ranged attack if you don't have ranks in pilot, because it can either use your ranks in pilot or your base attack bonus, and then it's modified by your dex either way. So you can just make a ranged attack. I know dex is not your best thing, but you are getting a +2 from Grace and a +1d4 from Quentin.
Does Amo also get a bonus because he's friends to all? And he's inspiring his friends at the.
They are.
There.
I mean, no.
I tried, Rob. I tried. My bluff is only one. So
Yeah. Sorry, I thought I was doing a favor and that it would be appropriate to let you do it, but I forgot that there are actually numbers involved.
Yeah.
It's not good to invoke an
If it
aspect.
wasn't a ranged attack, this would be okay.
I mean, you don't have to launch the gremlins. We could just do that next turn, and you could do something else on your action, like
You could boost people. There's anything you would do in regular combat is still a valid action for you to do.
Yeah,
right now.
exactly.
Skritic is bleeding over here.
Yeah, you could probably stop
Skritic is
Skritic
bleeding
bleeding.
over there. That seems like an actually worthwhile thing to do right this moment.
Do you have any engineering? Because the ship's also kind of janked up.
Yeah, but this is the gunnery
Guess what
check.
intelligence skill Amu has not picked up?
Okay.
Turns
Also,
out when
that
we
would
had 3
happen
other
on
engineers on the ship, I was like, that's not
fair.
necessary.
But what happens when 2 of them are fighting a contract devil
Yes.
and one's flying?
Look, half the team has engineering. Figured maybe you should grab something else.
I'm a doctor,
what would
not
you
an
like to do?
engineer.
Let's heal Skritic. Stop that bleeding.
Okay. Do you have something that actually heals hit point damage? I believe you do as a biohacker.
Yes.
Okay, you will need to use that because the bleed will come straight out of Skritic's hit points.
Field dressing.
That is one of the annoying things about this bleed.
Oh, yikes.
It's not stamina bleed. It's making you bleed your own blood.
Well, no.
If you're a studious biohacker, the target regains the number of hit points equal to my key ability score modifier. Yep. Yeah. Just standard action. Use the custom microlab to quickly render a medical aid on a willing or unconscious creature.
All right. You patch him up?
Yes.
Okay. In so doing, you discover that some of the glyphs have started to burrow underneath his skin, and when you apply your medicine, it purges them as though they're actually very, very simple, simplistic viruses or something like that. Some agent that your medicines quickly just eradicate, but that the condition would, if left alone, get worse. So,
are you down any HP?
No.
Okay.
Just stamina.
All right.
But I still appreciate it nonetheless.
Yeah.
It's time for initiative again, the piloting kind.
Wait.
All right. -2 on that, so 23. Do I get to roll the 1d4 on this?
No, rounds over.
Okay. All right. Yeah, 23.
Okay, so that is still better than several teams.
Yay!
It'll go Electrum last, or first. They rolled the worst. Electrum, Team Brainpower, then you guys. Team Yes We Have Name is in the lead. All right, so we're back around to the engineering phase, and that means everybody can spend resolve again. You can take skill-based actions, but then again, so can Aurea. So, what do you do?
Yeah, I'd like to use one of my resolve points to do an engineering check to see if I can, from the pilot seat, toggle the switches on Grace to see if I can clear these some of these glitches, the engine glitches.
Sure. So, you're going to try to take the patch action as an engineer?
Yes. Uh-huh.
All right. Then go ahead and give me that check.
25.
That's good enough.
Woohoo!
So it is no longer glitching. And which one did you want to glitch?
The
patch
engine one.
Okay.
Patch the engine's the one that is causing my -2 to piloting checks.
Yep. Okay.
And also that removed
patched.
that should have removed one of the -2s on the speed.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. And then I'll wait and do my regular action for flying.
Okay.
Power core is still glitching though.
Okay. Do you want me to patch the power core or get shields back?
Oh man.
Why don't you patch the power core and I'll try to get some shields back?
Okay. I was also wondering, could I double spend resolve to overpower? Well, actually, how many ranks? I think I have 6 engineering. Yeah.
Yes, you can spend a resolve to take an action that requires resolve. It's just going to burn you through it. But yes.
Okay. Well, I got a little bit here. Because I could do that and boost our speed and get shields back.
Now, what is your engineering when you take 10 normally?
27.
Okay, so you would just barely succeed.
Yes.
Yeah. If you choose to do that, it's up to you.
But you'd still rather I fix the other. I forget which one was also still.
No, I mean, if you can do two things at once because of your nonsense, I'd say go for it. And I'll try to fix the power core. I've got a decent check, and I'll
lean into it.
Take a grace.
I could do 3 things, which I guess the other wouldn't do a lot of good, but to boost the weapons, since I think we're just fighting inside the ship.
Yeah.
But I could do the science officer just in case we scan for
if you guys
black
want
holes.
to make scan, yeah.
Yeah.
No one scanned last round, and you hit a black hole.
Yeah.
So I will spend 2 resolve, 1 to do skill check, an additional skill check, and 1 to be able to divert to 3 systems. 1 of them being shields, and 1 of them being the science module, and the other one being the speed.
Okay.
And I will do that automatically. I'm down to 5 resolve now.
Yeah, me too.
Great. You succeed.
I'm about to be down to 4.
Forget how many shields do we get back? Let's see.
I'm at 3.
5% of the PCU. 12. Let's just put them all around. 4 each.
Okay. That'll put us 8 on the aft, 9 on everything else.
I think that's as good as anything. Next.
Okay, so it sounded like you were going to follow up and try to patch the engines that got blasted by Team Electrum's secret weapon.
That's the plan. So I'm gonna take a grace on that.
Okay, great. +2, and give me an engineering check. And don't forget to mark your resolve.
29.
Success. So both the engines and power core have been patched. You're no longer taking the penalties. But if you were to say get critically hit, like have a starship crit threshold be crossed and those systems would be damaged, they would go from glitching patched straight to malfunctioning, because that's how that works.
Yep.
But you're not taking the penalties, which is great. All right, so we've had Bob and Venki and Skritic act in the engineering phase. What about Clinton?
Would he like to do a ranged sensor check?
Quentin will do a ranged sensor check.
Well, you get the +2 bonus provided to you by
Critic.
Skritic diverting some power to the sensors.
Okay. Is that just an engineering check then?
The computer's check, I think.
I think it's computer's check as well. Double check. Science officers, scan.
Oh, I guess it doesn't matter with my numbers. I keep forgetting that.
Computer. Yep, computers.
Oops.
Oh, boy.
And you did spend your inspiration, didn't you?
Yeah, last time.
Yeah.
On critical hit.
On critical hit.
I was waiting for him to send.
Yeah.
See how much fun that is?
So
I don't see a thing.
as you start scanning, without even just like flicking their fingers at you, without even using an action, Oria recalls your screen just pops up with lots of infernal glyphs, and your eyes momentarily go red, and you remember fighting inside your own memory banks, and you're just lost in it for a second. As you turn and the scans have the scans have completed, but the data's already been wiped, and you basically lost it.
Quentin's going to lock eyes with them and say, "We are each our own devil, and make this world our own hell."
At that, Maria just laughs and said, "So true." And we'll start basically trying to hack to take over piloting controls.
Uh-oh.
Yep. And Grace will be like, Bob, this is a serious problem.
Yeah, it is. What do I need to do, Grace? What do I need to do here?
Kill
Somebody
them.
needs to do something.
Is there anything that we can do to counteract this?
I mean, there's so many things you could do. So, what Aria just chose to do was basically try to start hacking to start interfering with Bob's piloting checks. So you could certainly try to hack to kind of defend Bob, but then again, this satellite isn't going to hack itself. You made progress last time, but you haven't gotten the message out. You haven't gotten the signal out.
Stay on target.
Stay on target.
Stay on target.
If I spend another anxiety point?
Not your turn.
Everything is my turn.
Down to the least amount of resolve points.
Actually,
I'm
Quentin,
at 2.
In all fairness, Quentin, you could take your you could take your regular action, because you spent 1 resolve to do this. You could spend your action doing a skill check as well.
Skapow!
Which one what are you trying to do? Are you trying to block Oria from taking over piloting controls, or are you trying to help release the signal?
If Oria takes over the piloting controls, the worst that happens is that we all die. So I'm going to help get the data out.
How noble. All right. Give me a computer check.
You know what? Bernard the Elf said it best. You can't stop the signal. Not only that, we don't have any grace bonuses left, do we?
There should be 2.
You do.
Oh. We have 1?
We get those back every turn.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good. How do you feel about a 35?
Ooh, that is actually one of the magical numbers. Good work. That actually counts as multiple hits towards. So you have it tears up, kind of like when you succeed by X or more, you get multiple successes. So that is a sufficiently high number that you have hacked. Again, these were pretty tough. Like they did not. This was not like the for instance, the scoreboards, they put like a little bit of defenses in there, but the defenses are low enough that you could hack them and they're aware of that, but that's all kind of part of the game. The defenses for their satellites to control their comms, they're not kidding around on that. That wasn't a game to them. This was serious. So they had like their top of the line security, and you hack right past it anyway. Now, Amu had already laid the groundwork, but you just maybe it's that moment of having the black hat hacker devil in your head. Maybe it was Oria's condescension that supercharged you, but whatever it was. You have now established connection with the satellite. So you have the two things that you required, the connection to the satellite and the connection to the Android abolitionist front.
Cool. Quentin is a little known fact, is powered not by electricity, but pure spite.
That's supposed to be little known?
Ria's only taken one skill action.
Kill it.
They're going to take another skill action to continue hacking to try to find out what you're doing. Oh, yep. They've discovered what you're doing.
Did they discover the part in the code where I actually put an ASCII finger? Just like a rude finger at them?
Absolutely.
Good. Spite.
So that's two of their actions, and they stare at all of you and say, "Why are you even bothering with this? Don't you know your role here? No one cares about this. They just want you to shut up and fly." Does anyone else want to take skill actions in the engineering phase?
I will again pass.
Moo?
Yeah. So the signal is out. We've accomplished all of the large scale goals for the time being, right?
You've made your connection. Someone should probably say something to the Android abolitionist front in some dramatic way, but I'm not going to charge you an action for that.
Hack the planet. Android abolitionist front, stand by for news.
That somebody should probably just not be Amu.
All right, we'll say Quentin does it with that. with that, the Android abolitionist front, stand by for news. So you do still have a contract double taking over the piloting controls of the ship. That's still a problem.
That is still a problem, and that is a problem that Amu can attempt to help with.
You can make.
We only have one grace bonus left. Yeah.
Yeah, we have one grace bonus left. I don't know. Do you want it? Do you think it's better for this or for your pilot check, Bob?
I think I'm okay because I still have the D4 is still sticking around, or no?
No, that's gone.
No, that's gone.
I think I will be okay.
I would say the pilot check is the top of the round, is it? Or for actual movement.
The actual
Right.
Movement.
Okay. No. We'll let Bob have the pilot check. That's actually kind of
okay.
Well, no, because if this doesn't happen, then you're screwed anyways.
Yeah, my piloting. Yeah, my piloting is right now. I have 0 penalties. I'm sitting at a 16 for my total on my piloting. Even without the +2, I should be okay.
So, as an additional wrinkle, we don't know if that weapon was a one-time thing. It probably wasn't. Getting out of range of Team Electrum would probably help a lot.
Yeah,
so,
I'm going to take my action
make sure
on
Bob has
my gunner reaction to deploy gremlins and see if that helps.
Okay.
Yeah, let's make sure Baba can actually pilot this thing right now. So I'm gonna use that grace bonus to try and stop the piloting the anti-piloting nonsense.
You can't fix anti-pilot.
Roll computers.
Nice.
Nat 20.
Oh, dang.
Well, so much for needing that grace point.
Well,
Well, with your help, you basically, it kind of makes sense when you're Grace kind of has, her own body and systems, if you will,
our framework.
Yeah, exactly. And this is like an infection. And so it's well, I can't really control whether or not Grace is exposed because like this thing is constantly present and exposing, injecting the virus basically to try to take command. But you can build Grace effectively like code antibodies against this sort of hack. So you're like, no, you've basically isolated the piloting systems, and those are now like super well defended. You don't think, maybe anything's possible, but at least for the time being, you doubt that Maria will be able to hack them.
Good job, Amu.
All right.
And also, Amu, at this point in time, your crew has arrived. They can act during the gunnery phase, but Herman and Gordo and Squeebo have all come to protect you guys from this invader.
Use up her actions, Squeebo. Or their actions, sorry.
And let's see. I'm going to check and see if this contract devil has something cool they could do. It's like a skill check.
Challenge to fiddle contest.
They will open a secure connection to Archon Jan Stoljet. And they will say, you have to blow up the squeaky clean. Activate all the explosives immediately.
Oh, does anyone have an action left to get the explosives off?
I mean, did we already? Didn't we already eject our outer shell? That
no, you guys never took that action. Sure haven't.
I know you only have 2 resolve left.
Is it an action I have to roll? Because
oh yeah.
I would say
all right.
We could use a resolve point if Amu could do it.
No, so you don't have to roll Hecubino, but you do have to describe some combination of you guys have to describe how Hecubino knows what button to push. Because there's one button.
Everybody screams.
It's not hard.
I know how to know what button to push. Like Hecubino like jumps over and puts his hand on Bob's head, and then like his eyes go like white, and he just like click tick 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 like presses like the exact sequence on a keypad next to him.
Oh yes, Mind Link. That power's been pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
All right, then you will have to spend a resolve.
I'll do it.
To take this skill action as you eject the explosives just in time before they were about to go off in the gunnery phase. And a bunch of them start exploding in space right behind you.
I wonder if any of them could explode at Team Electric.
Does it create a debris field that causes problems for the others?
And if not, why not?
So when the panels come out and it explodes and the squeaky clean clears the debris and the smoke, I would like for a like sort of like the exposed under paneling to have a very crude like spray painted look that says "for rain."
Ooh,
love that.
Excellent. And since you guys now have hacked the satellites, you can actually patch through the images. And Quentin, you now realize that like there was like a pattern recognition AI thing going in the like an image deleter that you can bypass now that you have hacked the satellite. So you could send images of Aurea, the contract devil, out on your feeds now.
Undelete.
Okay. So I think we're into the piloting phase, which means we have some moving to do.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, I scanned
6,
ahead and I
7,
saw
8,
nothing.
9, 10,
Thanks, Quentin.
11.
We're probably fine.
If we can get up to 13, we should hit that
Well-
that next circle thing. So
I've got
Oh,
some
let's
good
see if-
news for you, which is
Okay.
that your initiative, it kind of tells you things because it tells you where
Yeah.
other people hit things.
nice.
As Team Electrum hits a black hole. I mean, I'm trying to be honest. Like, I can see it all, obviously, but they wouldn't, and so they were taking the most efficient line available to them. 1, 2.
So they're not even good at cheating.
Team Brain Power. All right. It is up to you guys to move the squiggly on the map.
All right. Fortunately, we have cleared out all of the negatives that we have going for us. But I will go ahead and do piloting plus my grace to see if we can fly past all of these guys and hit that that spinny bonus thing.
Yes.
I get a 30-35.
Yeah, that's good. You succeed.
All right. Yay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
Yeah, it's-
10.
It's
11,
pretty
12.
it's pretty crowded over there.
Yeah. 13,
Yeah.
14, 15, 16, 17, and 18 right here. With all the maneuvers and all
you
that.
do have to move 2 hexes back because your speed was reduced by a mere 2, but 2 from having started in the black hole.
Okay, but I thought that might have been cleared off because didn't you give us a boost a Skritic or no? It's no
Yeah,
big deal. I just wanted to make sure that
Yes.
'Cause
So your speed is normally 12.
right.
You have a +2 permanent speed, so 14.
Right.
You have a +2 from the swirly thing from before, is
Right.
16. You
Yeah.
have a +2 temporary from Skritic Diverting, which is 18, and then
Right.
a -2 temporary from starting
okay.
your turn in a black hole.
Okay. Got it. Okay. Yeah. So we will end right there, and we hit that spinny thing.
You did hit the spinny thing, which let me double check my notes for which one that is.
That's the one that ejects anything infernal from the ship.
All right. So I can put this on. Let me see if I. It's probably not worth it. I might do it while I'm when I have nothing else to do. But I have little shield swirly things that I'm going to try to put around the ship. Well, that's just
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah.
It's really, really
Nice.
big.
Activate Peptosphere.
Planet mode.
Okay, shrink you down, shrink you dink. There we go. And now let's see if I can group, because there's a way to group these things together. Advanced. Group. Now the squeaky thing's got a... Oh, well, that didn't work. Whatever.
Yay!
You know what? We're going to deal with it later. Well, you have... It doesn't quite work because I messed up the group command in Roll20, but whatever. You have a swirling aura around you that you can discharge either in front of you or behind you as a free attack during the gunnery phase.
Ooh. Got a red
Nice.
tail.
So it does look like it might also help absorb a hit or two.
Ooh.
Great.
And then Team Yes, we have name 1, 2, 3, 18. They will end their turn there. They also have a swirly cloud around them.
Good for them.
Squirrely cloud.
Now, are they
A gigantic swirly cloud.
so they're within the 1 hex limit of the line, correct? Or no?
Correct. gunnery phase, which is also physical combat phase.
Alrighty.
So physical combat initiative is Critic, Vangi, Hecubino. Vangi, if you're taking the gunnery action, you can just do it on your turn. That's fine.
Cool.
Was there anybody else who was going to take a gunnery phase action? Quentin, did you spend a resolve to make your? Oh no, you took 2 skill actions this turn. That's
I
right.
double bumped. Yep.
Yeah, that was good. And Amu, you took a skill action. Did you want to take a particular action gunnery phase as well by spending resolve or no?
No, not right this moment. Resolve may be more important to keep people going later.
I will say this: as one of your actions, you could command your
Menagerie.
yes, your legion, your menagerie. That's the word I was looking for. Menagerie. All right. Well, while we wait on that, Skritic, you're the first act.
Okay. Could I, with all the power that I've been diverting around, send some of that power through Aurelia's, whatever, their tendrils, and use that as a distraction to try to stab them using survival?
Survival seems a little interesting.
Okay.
I was going to say I'd allow engineering there.
Okay. I mean, I can try it. That's not normally one allowed by the rules, but
Yeah. But I mean,
okay.
Rules schmools.
Heck yeah! All right, I will roll in engineering. Let's see how this goes.
Nice.
How did it go? 31. Okay.
That went well.
Challenge rating 11 or less.
Yeah. Yep. You get there.
Heck yeah! All right. So they'll be
so you know that their challenge rating must be higher than 7 and less than 11. So you've got to narrow it down.
We'll figure it out. Maybe. All right. So they're reeling from that shock. Lunge and stab. Oh, darn. That looks like a nat 1. Can I go ahead and spend my inspiration?
How does a fan inspire you? Is it someone you already knew? Is it like the Yosoki
yes.
team from before?
Yeah, I think it was totally that Yosoki kid I took a picture of, and basically just a little post of Skritic is my hero. I want to be just like when I grows up. Inspires me.
Win one for the Scripper.
Yes.
Great.
Dig deep and jump when I should have juked and try again. Okay, I'll just hit. No, submit. Go. Okay, a 22. Well, 24 with flat-footed, or whichever way that goes.
Yes. Hit.
Okay. So 4 plus 48.
Well, I'm going to count your 6.
Okay,
because you rolled the 6 first. Yeah.
Okay.
So 24 points of damage.
24 damage.
All right.
And we will make them. Do we want to make them flat-footed till the start of my next turn?
Yes.
Or off target? Okay, flat.
Oh wait, what is off target do?
Minus 2 to attacks.
Well, yeah.
No, I like flat-footed. That seems great.
Okay, flat-footed then.
All right. Well then, you mess with the bull, you get the horns, as they're going to try to gore you.
That's fair.
Yeah. What's your armor class? Kinetic?
Let's see. I believe it was 18. Scrolling back up. No, sorry, not 18. 26.
Whew. They miss you.
Oh, yeah.
You are not impaled at this time. They have a special impale action with their gore, where they you get stuck on their horns.
That's hilarious.
No thanks.
Okay, that's it for Skritic Vangi.
Deploy the gremlins! It's your moment to shine, guys! And I'm going to try to aim them at Team Electrum. All right. So I will make a ranged attack roll. 24.
That hits their target lock.
Woo!
The missile goes out. And right as they're charging up their powerful weapon for another shot, the gremlins crash in, and you can see them start to scatter about the ship. They will manage to get their additional shot off, because technically these shots happen simultaneously.
That's fair. We have a bubble.
That's true. We do have a bubble.
Yeah, you have a bubble. And let's see. In response to you, bangy. I think we're going
That was
to
that was
cast-
another one of Hecubino and Vangy songs.
Bangy, 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 bangi.
I think I'm going to.
Fangy.
Fangy, tall and fangy. Woo.
I'm sorry. I apologize for.
You've unleashed this.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
The final race.
right.
We got to have some fun.
That's right. We're all going
We're about to
soon.
die. Yeah.
I think it's time to go ahead and try to cast another spell.
I think you're wrong.
And they nat 20, their concentration check, so they're fine on that. Stop interfering, lizard. Why don't you make a will save?
Actually,
Finish the spell.
it is a
Did
spell.
she just use a slur? Oh.
Ekibino, you identify this
nice.
old person.
27.
Ooh. Oh, so you are not held paralyzed by their contempt. So how do you shake off the dread diabolic magic that was going to paralyze you?
Yeah, she was like feels like her muscle is starting to cramp, and then just starts thinking about the catchy beats from our band days, and just kind of bops to it, and then shrugs it off.
Nice. All right. And speaking of those catchy boppy beats, Hecubino on the mic.
I'm sorry, Kevin. Can you please tell me again the penalties that I have?
Oh, you're flat-footed, which is penalty to armor class, and you can't take reactions. So I guess it means you can't do if you take damage, spend a react thing. Sure. The other thing is you're sickened, which is like a -2 to attack skill checks, saving throws.
Okay. And that's just going to stick around?
No, just for one round, so it'll end at the end of this turn. But you're also prone, which is more just cinematic than anything else.
Sure. Okay.
You can stand up on your turn, and it wouldn't be a problem. But
yeah, but it would be a problem if I don't know how intimidating I would be if I'm prone anyway. Yep. Hecubino will stand up and say, "You ask why we're doing this. We're doing this for Rain and for everybody else that you've stepped on the way here." And mind thrust.
Nice.
Level 3 mind thrust. All right, roll to overcome spell resistance.
I should have really looked up if I had any sort of bonus to this, but I don't think I do. Nope, I don't. 23.
Keep rolling like that. You succeed.
Nice.
So, and I roll a 5. So, hook me up with some damage.
Okay. Here come 7d10.
So when Skritic attacked, by the way, you were able to dig your survival knife deep into their parts and start, jerking it around such that, it started sparking, and, you use some of the sparks from the squeaky clean and their previous attacks with their weird hair horn cable tentacles as cover. When you stab them, they started bleeding diabolic ichor that also is grease, and you're pretty sure flammable.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
That is also my code for them being bloodied.
Nice.
Oh, I see that damage roll.
Man, that is good
Nice.
damage.
48 damage.
You do not call his best friend Lizard.
Well, It's part of your team name.
Only we get to use that word.
That's our word.
Oh God, no!
All right.
Nope. We've gone too far.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
It happens.
Okay. However, what is it that you mind thrust Uria with this time, Hecubino? It's super effective, whatever it is.
Yeah, she's like, oh, you can't. She was, or they were like, they were like, oh, you can't make me feel pain because I take all this pain of all the guilt of everything I've done and like put it in a little jar. So Hecubino's gonna get in there and basically start going in their brain item by item and just be like, oh, this is very bad, but I forgive you. And this one's tough, but I know you were in a bad position when you did this, so you shouldn't be so hard on yourself. And just start going through and like forgive them and offer like help and friendship and be like, okay, well, this one's real bad, but if you just commit to a program that helps you through this, like we could move past this.
So the interesting thing as you're going through that is each one of these is represented in their mind/memory bank as a specific contract with one of their victims. And you just start rattling them off. And as you do, their glyphs seem to grow like weaker and there seem to be fewer of them. It's like you're slightly unraveling them because what Uria is composed of all of these, the chains of guilt and torment, and legalistic pain that's been inflicted, basically by preying on people for however long, hundreds or thousands of years. You're not sure how old this being is.
Sure. Yeah. But, there's a recourse here.
So that is pretty devastating. They were bloodied by Skritic, to be clear, and then took that damage.
Nice.
However, they're not down yet. I think everybody has acted fully, right?
Think so.
Yeah. I'm out of
unless the
stuff.
menagerie is going.
Amu.
Yeah.
Amu. Spend a resolve.
Yeah, let's do this.
You've been waiting for this.
Okay. So, for your action on your turn, you can make a life science check as an attack roll.
That's funny.
33.
So, Squeebo lunges forward and oh wait, I forgot. Well, that's okay. We'll resolve it, I guess, all at once. Squeebo lunges forward, and Uria dedicates one of their actions to basically pinning Squeebo down with magical spells because they do not want to be dissolved by acid at this time. However, that leaves Uria open to attacks from Gordo and Herman. So Gordo, Gordoshulan Primus, but the little one, is a plant moss monster that is going to try to crawl all over Uria and like seep in through all the cracks and try to grow into their body, kind of ripping them apart. Well, Herman is just a big old little friendly crate fiend, and one of your favorite crustaceans. And I think as a crate fiend, they get to.
They have an acid blast, a bite, and a claw.
Jeez, mean.
And an explosive death. Wait, what?
What?
Also, they do have an explosive
That's
death.
hilarious.
This is gonna be a good episode, guys.
So they bite and claw. So why don't you roll damage 1d6 plus 7 and then 1d6 plus 7.
13 and then 9.
22 more damage as Gordo basically holds them in place. And it is, of course, naturally Herman the Crate Fiend that deals the killing, exiling, whatever you want to call it, blow as Hecubino continues to go through, files / images / memories one by one and be like, you're all right. You'll be okay. And the contract devil dissipates until all that's left is a handful of glowing runes. And even those fade. So the race is a complete mess at this point, but you realize you have the comms. So we're going to exit initiative for a moment because what matters now, before the security ships come in and the race gets broken up, what do you do? What do you say? What's your message? What information is coming across the pipe?
Attention, viewers of Drifters and Galaxy as a whole. We are here to show you what Extreme Infosphere Entertainment and Eon Soljet have been up to and what they've been doing to the people of this system. Roll footage. And then we've probably, put some stuff together. There's like the video of Oriad killing everyone.
So there's the boardroom scene where Aurea kills a bunch of the Abadar chief executives.
Yeah, there's
the video
all
of the last team that got blowed up.
Yep. There's all the information that we got
Team
from
Elysium.
the couch.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's Team Elysium. There's your friend. God, they've got a good name. I can't remember it. It's not Charlie.
Was it Roger? It was some other extremely mundane name.
Oh, Chester.
Chester. There we go.
Yes, Chester.
Yeah, because he's a Chesterfield sofa.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. Yes.
Perfect.
Which also includes the Android Abolitionist Front data of all the oppressive stuff they've been doing with androids and indenture.
And that's the thing is this is a smart feed, right? So it's got basically a bunch of links to verified sources, and as this is all scrolling in, Hecubino appears, pops in the little corner and says, and several groups should be able to corroborate it in 3, 2, they're already doing it, and then he pops out. Because presumably we send people to hand deliver a bunch of stuff as well.
Show all of the deaths that we saw in the mine at the hands of their evil, whatever you call it, servitude 1 million years ago. Back in the dawn of time. Yes. That's
Muckraker's part of this.
It's all tied together.
Not
it's
really,
all.
but
We'll throw it in.
only so much as it's all
Throw it
part
in,
of
why
a
not?
terrible oppressive system.
It's all.
It's at least thematically part of it.
And it's all connected.
Pipeline.
Yeah. And it ends with Quentin doing a very, very cool zoom out on the dead eyes of the god Abadar floating in the void.
Oh,
Artsy,
yeah, that's pretty.
artsy. We're going Werner Herzog here. We're and as you see, the final gods are destroyed by the forces of capitalism.
All right. Is there anything anybody else wants to add to that?
Vengi will just say, look, we loved this show. We wanted to win this race just like everyone else. And then we learned this. And so I hope you guys will take this knowledge and do something about it. The race isn't really important, but what happens after is.
And with that, a bunch of security drones and ships are flying in to capture you. But you have some tricks up your sleeve, don't you, Bob?
I do. I flip the switch and I code in the secret Z0 3, what is it? Lesser sign 3, lesser sign 3, lesser sign 3 into the keyboard, and bam, we use some fancy maneuvers to get the heck out of there.
Boosh.
Nice. So you guys go. You just blast off. Maybe use a combination of having hacked their security, hacked their satellites. You've got friends and allies like Amsala waiting in the wings with other ship provide you backup. You've got a chaos sail, which no one can control how that thing works. So you guys are officially off the map. You're off the grid. You're off the race. You're off of Drifters. Season's over. Finale's over. Show's over. And you disappear into space.
This podcast is copyright 2023 by Major Spoilers Entertainment, LLC.
We cut to 6 months later. There are a set of reactions. First of all, this is all on a screen, like a data screen within the Squeaky Clean. There is a woman dressed in fur, like hide armor, furs, a lot of like wolf makeup on, and she says, "How y'all doing? It's Sheila. Like and subscribe with your Drifters finale reaction. I thought I was going barking mad when I saw this. I guess Team Electrum was all bark and no bite. Team Lizard Brain, I forgive you for everything you've ever done. This was by far the best finale ever. Down with Drifters." This is still going through. This was a reaction from right afterwards. That's still her most watched video as she wolfs out, throwing her computer and recording equipment against the screen. She has evidently become not a Drifters influencer anymore, but an activist, and has joined forces with the Android Abolitionist Front. Then from a very posh recording studio, like a music studio, is Big 313. And he strums. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I have to say, I never doubted him for a minute. That's why I bet on the 1 in a million, they neither win nor lose, but somehow ruin everything. I can't believe that they were offering that, but I knew it was a sucker's bet when I saw that was an option for Team Lizard Brain. Yep, that's how I've been able to afford this and give Tiny Twinkles all the lessons she needs. Wait, Tiny Twinkles, don't touch that! And Tiny Twinkle has found some of the computer system and says, "Down with the system! Rage against the machine! Twinkle Tones forever!" And the feed winds up cutting out. From a partially submerged, with just their head out of the water, out of the pink gel, but their head is most of their body, is a giant brain. And it says solemnly, "Behold, it is I, Talos. After much contemplation and several rounds of psychotherapy and restorative treatments, I have come to conclude that maybe I was slightly mistaken in my attempts to dominate everyone else's will and take over the world, but I'm not certain. All you brainiacs out there, vote in the poll. Should I attempt to take over the world again? Or do you like the new and improved Talos? It has nothing to do with you. He doesn't mention you in any way.
Nice.
But it does look like he's back on Akaton he's in like the treatment facilities, presumably with his parents, having reclaimed him.
Okay.
Then we go to the news. Thank you for turning into XYZ, Absalom's premier source of celebrity infotainment. Protests continue today outside Blue Rise Tower in reaction to the stunning allegations that are being called the Abadar Files. And there's footage from around the galaxy as there's an ongoing trial of Eon Souljet. Of course, he has the best lawyers you could imagine, although he doesn't seem to have his personal assistant anymore. And the Church of Abadar has taken a turn against him based off of it seems like, as you guys had learned previously, there were factions of the Church of Abadar that were not in power that he had been holding back, and now they are coming after him using all the force of true justice and a legal system that isn't hopelessly corrupt, maybe. They're certainly considering a fine. He is using all sorts of defenses, including, he's kind of like the head of a mafia family, right? He's so far removed from things, except you guys have actual video of his involvement. Now they say that that's obtained illegally, and there's like, what do you do with hacked files? And it's like, yeah, but this guy murdered people. There's, justice for Team Elysium and, justice for drifters and all of that. So as the news covers, the wide-ranging effects of your revelations and allegations, Grace realizes that she can turn off that data pad, that data screen, because none of you are watching it. What are you doing instead?
Are we all there?
Yes, you're all on the squeaky clean somehow in 6 months.
Okay.
You're on the squeaky clean. You can tell me where the squeaky clean is. I was thinking it could be in the middle of nowhere. But you guys tell me. I have a feeling, I think Amsala's nearby, and I think that you guys are engaging in exploratory drifting, which is what Rain and Amsala used to do, and what you guys kind of did when you were going after the information capsule that Rain hid with Amsala and Brenton, Sirius, and Dufane.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember that? Yeah.
Yeah. If I may,
Please.
Yes, you may.
I think that maybe we're looking at a strange planetoid in a strange system, and Hecubino says, well, since all of the radiation that comes out of this doesn't seem to affect androids, Bob, I think we can probably start moving emancipated people into this place that the abolitionist group gets out. It's going to be tough because, it isn't screaming space, but we can probably figure out a way to make that travel a little bit easier for everybody else. What do you think?
Yeah, I think this is a great idea, and I think we find and set up a colony for everyone, it will make the transition that much easier.
Vangie.
Screaming Space is called Screaming Space because there are these giant birds. They're the size of dragons, but they look really like they look like giant doofuses. They've got they're terrifying dinosaurs, except they look the oxygen levels are weird here, so everything grows really, really big. And these things look like, I don't know, thin chickens. But they fly, and most notably, they scream at each other. That's Screaming Space for you. Is they can fly throughout the atmosphere of these planets and into space a little bit, and they just scream really, really loudly.
The nice thing is we can filter those out with our algorithms in our brains.
Very true.
Vengi, who has set up like a giant board, which I assume Skritic is also working on, is like, see, I told you it'd be worth pursuing those leads about the angels. They always lead you where you need to go.
Yes.
Absolutely.
The Deep
Yeah,
Angels.
definitely try to convince us to take routes through deep space as much as we can, so that we can.
All right. Well,
I think Bob and Skritic and Quentin probably examined the sail and try to do as much research as we can so we can develop additional systems for others who may be coming here.
yeah. Amu, Hecubino will go over to Amu and be like, they're gonna need a lot of help acclimating to a new place. Do you think you can keep working on that?
Oh yeah, we got this.
I'll send a message. Zoe, we found a spot. The pathway's open. See you soon. Bob Holdman.
Aw. What about you, Quentin? How do you sign off?
Quentin is just sort of chilling, and for some reason has plants growing out of little tears on the sides of his hull. And at some point, somebody accidentally says, Quentin, get this on tape. And Quentin's like, I don't do that anymore.
Nice.
All right. And with that, you guys have become the galaxy's true drifters, and you are the champions, my friends.
Da, 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 da.
Thank you, everyone. Here's hoping all of your dice rolls are critical hits.